Have you ever noticed something strange about attraction? Sometimes the person who gives you the least attention ends up taking the most space in your mind. The one who replies late, the one who seems distant, the one who acts like they're not that interested. And somehow, that's the person you start thinking about the most. You check your phone more often, you reread old messages, you start wondering, did I say something wrong? It almost feels like your brain turns into a detective overnight. But why does this happen? Why do we sometimes chase the people who clearly aren't chasing us? The answer actually has a lot to do with how the human brain reacts to uncertainty. Our brains love clear signals. If someone likes us, great. If someone doesn't like us, that's painful, but at least it's clear. But when someone gives mixed signals, sometimes warm, sometimes distant, your brain enters a strange mode. It starts trying to solve the puzzle, and the human brain loves unfinished puzzles. Think about it like a TV show. If every episode ends with a big cliffhanger, what do? You watch the next episode, and the next one, and the next one, because your brain wants closure. Ignoring behavior works in a similar way. When someone gives you attention once in a while, just enough to keep you interested, your brain gets a small hit of excitement. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement. It's the same principle used in slot machines. You don't win every time, but once in a while, you do. And that tiny reward keeps people pulling the lever again and again. Your brain treats that rare reply, that occasional compliment, or that sudden attention the same way. It feels like a reward, so your mind keeps chasing the next one. But there's another layer to this. Sometimes chasing someone who ignores us isn't really about them. It's about what their attention would mean. If someone hard to get finally chooses you, it feels like proof that you're valuable, like you passed some invisible test. But here's the strange part. People who genuinely value you usually don't make you feel like you're constantly auditioning for their attention. Healthy interest tends to feel calm, predictable, comfortable. But many of us have been taught through movies, stories, and sometimes past experiences that love should feel like a dramatic chase. So when things feel too easy, we sometimes think something is missing. But in reality, what's missing is often just stress and confusion, and that's actually a good thing. Because real connection usually doesn't feel like chasing someone down a hallway. It feels more like two people walking towards each other, at the same pace, without one person constantly wondering if they're about to disappear. So the next time you find yourself obsessing over someone who barely gives you attention, pause for a moment and ask yourself one simple question. Am I attracted to this person? Or am I attracted to the challenge of winning them over? Because those two things can feel surprisingly similar, but they lead to very different kinds of relationships. And sometimes the most powerful shift you can make is realizing this. The right people in your life won't make you chase their attention. They'll make you feel like your presence was welcome there all along.